Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, you should know that home values are really tricky at this time of the year. I'm Eric Peterson, broker and owner of Kopa Real Estate here in Austin, Texas. And I wanted to talk to you about why this time of the year in particular is very tricky for both buyers and sellers. And here's why. We've seen prices go up in many parts of our area. And even though our market is not as seasonal as you might expect, in other words, homes sell at all times of the year for great prices, occasionally what we run into in certain neighborhoods, certain floor plans, is a floor plan might not have sold for a year or a long time period, and the most recent comps may not be completely accurate. We also know in some areas there's more of a backlog of buyers. So for example, in some neighborhoods that we work in, I'm getting calls from buyers agents all day long asking me what homes we have coming on the market right now. So we know that there's a large backlog in certain parts of our area. Where that impacts you is that if you're selling a home, well, you're at risk of perhaps underpricing the home, leaving money on the table, particularly if you decide to sell your home off market. It's really important for you that you have an experienced broker that is a listing agent in your area that really has a lot of experience, not just looking at the comps on paper, the X's and O's in the spreadsheet, but also can get a sense of feel of where the market is going and not just what it was 6 months ago. You also should have a broker, especially at this time of the year, that has experience not only attracting, but how to deal with multiple offer situations, because it's more likely in these first few months of the year when there has been that backlog of buyers. I always tell the story about somebody in our neighborhood who wound up selling his home earlier in the year for $440,000, and he sold his home without a listing broker. What happened is he just didn't know what he had because his floor plan was very special. He was just pricing his house over based on average dollars per square foot from what sold the previous year. But that floor plan hadn't sold for about a year and a half or maybe 2 years. The next thing we know is that we sold 3 of the exact same floor plans in the next few months for over $500,000. So that seller wound up leaving a lot of money on the table because he didn't really understand at that time of the year how pricing was going to work and how the supply and demand was working. Now, if you're buying a house, this may not be what you want to hear, but you should expect to pay more for a home this year than you could have bought that home for last year, just because we've seen a lot of appreciation. It's very important as a buyer that there's a saying in hockey that you need to skate where the puck is going and not where the puck is. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. That's the same thing with the real estate market. You really need to be buying a house where the market is going. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're significantly going to underestimate the price of that home, and you're just going to miss out because you're going to be looking at it and saying, well, a year ago it was worth this amount. Well, of course, the seller's not going to be selling the home for the same price as what they would have sold the house for a year ago. So it's very important that you're working with a broker that can give you guidance on that pricing, what the great homes are, how often that one will be coming on the market, what we expect is going to be happening on pricing in that area for this year. Because here's the thing about a house. If the time to buy that great house is when it's for sale and on the market, once you miss out on it, there may not be another one that comes on the market again for a year or two, and then where you are, right? So you wind up, we often see buyers that they pass on a house because they think it's too expensive compared to the year before, and then they wind up kicking themselves for a long period of time talking about the one that got away. The average realtor only sells 2 to 3 homes per year. They just are not going to have enough experience to give you the professional guidance that you need at this time of the year, whether you're buying or selling real estate in the Austin area. Whenever you're ready to talk about your situation, give me a call directly for a confidential consultation at 512-791-7473. Thanks for watching and make it a great day.